Recording has commenced.
Yes, sir. What's going on? So,
How you doing? How you doing,
yeah,
sir?
yeah. No, this is we talking to people. How you doing on YouTube? To the people. It's completely unscripted conversation, just to talk about whatever. So y'all know what we talk about. We just be talking about whatever. So, gave it a topic though, or a title, of course. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So they say. So it's Kaleidoscope conversations, a family gathering on diverse topics. Number one. Now, I read was the only one that answered the invitation, but I sent this to like 7 people about 10 minutes ago. So I know it was like last minute, last minute. They're doing a live showing, but it is what it is. So we have young Reezy here today to have this Kaleidoscope conversation with me about diverse topics.
Yes.
What we gonna be talking about? I don't even know. Talk about whatever it's gonna be, and it's gonna be what it is. Damn, Conscious Reezy. Y'all know me. Y'all know Conscious by now too.
Knock.
There we go. NOC. NOC. Matter of fact, I might have to go ahead on and change that real quick. Hold up. No, I ain't gonna change. I gotta get back out to change that. I ain't changing nothing. But I will let this Mumbai trap play out though. Like when they drop the beat.
It's nice. It's nice.
You just
It
it don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. It does not make any sense, sir. Wait, did I do this yet?
Yeah, you did. You did.
I did? Okay. You about to start, but let this play out first though. You hitting that. Ain't saying no words, but here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that's nice though. That's
Here we
nice.
go. So, diverse topic number one. What we talking about? Like I said, this is completely unscripted, so don't think that we got anything structured whatsoever. I just want y'all to just be present while we dialogue about whatever. I don't know. You might be cooking something. You might be, I don't know, trying not to study something you need to be studying, and you just want to take a little break.
Hey,
Well, you turn on Kaleidoscope conversations. When I put them out here. So right now it's me and Lil Broski. Conscious reason, and we're gonna talk about whatever. So what we talking about, reason?
hey, man. Again, unscripted. And that's I feel like that's gonna be majority of life. Just living in flow. Just embracing. What life has to offer. Um, hey, let's just talk. So what are we talking about?
Well,
It's
what's on your dome? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
man,
questions you got? Like, or what has been keeping your awareness lately? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you just be heads up? We should just be like, I'm gonna sit there and think about that for a second.
in case this is a great time to just go ahead on and because
Everybody
there is
on you.
another life present and then
Mm-hmm.
in the building. Okay, man, come out. Come say hi. Come say hello. Hello. Oh, wait,
Where you at, man? I can't see you.
nobody can see. Yeah, camera's over here. Hey. Yeah.
Hey, man, what's going on?
He
You
said I'm
good?
good. All right. All right, bye. Oh, there it is. There it is. Again, and that's what kids do, Unscripted. That was unscripted because before I could have sworn he was gonna be here until we got done. But yeah, unscripted. So yeah.
Unscripted. That's it. That's kids are the embodiment of spontaneity.
Hmm. Hmm.
Ain't no schedule. Do what I
Yeah,
want. You know,
yeah.
I feel like being here one moment I don't. I just follow that feeling. You know.
Well, a question does have my awareness now. Now that we're talking about that, so as we mature, right? As we mature,
Mm.
why do we start to be so concerned with schedules and being, like aside from discipline, which keeping a schedule is like being disciplined, but why do we start putting importance on schedules? You know,
You
and,
already know, man. You already know, man. They
yeah.
be cracking that whip. Society be cracking that whip, man. They got certain expectations for us, you know what I'm saying? And so they got to put us on a certain time schedule, knowing that humans really we're not built to be on a time schedule. Ain't what we're
Mm,
built to be on. So they put us on the time schedule because the most disciplined of us know that either we tell our time what to do or it tells us what to do. And so when society or the builders of society that build these complex mental institutions and algorithms that are meant to guide us in a certain direction, well, when they realize they got so many people on this planet that ain't telling their time nothing, they know that they got a spot to fill. So
mm,
why not come up in here and put together a culture of algorithms that then a person gets internalizes as personal beliefs that lead to us getting wealthier? It ain't got to be that, you know, plutocratic, but still, people are telling us what to do with our time. That's why we wait around and wait to be told what to do. We are so used to being told what to do. Again, you have graduation, and here in the States, graduation comes after you're going from kindergarten to first grade to second grade to third grade, all the way to 12th grade. And then you have graduation, which is a combination of the words gradual and indoctrination. You've been gradually indoctrinated into that system of thinking, which is still based on the industrial age. We need factory workers. If this factory gonna
mm,
get some money, we need factory workers, and we
mm.
also need people who can take on more responsibility of taking on more vacations and taking bigger pay cuts. We need them to tell us what to do.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they have a system for, for turning people into slaves, so to speak. Without actually saying, "Hey, you're a slave."
The
that's
pimping, the pimping is a psychological one, man. Again, Harriet Tubman said, "I freed 1,000 slaves, and I would have freed 1,000 more had they only known there were slaves."
mm,
Pimping is up here, man. They pimping us up here, man. You know, I was talking about being addicted to stuff and being addicted to like social media and whatnot. That's because the drug game has changed. I mean, it's still the same. You still got the hard stuff out there. You know, you still got people out there doing that booger sugar. You know what I mean? Doing that brown girl. You know what I mean? They still got the drugs out there, the hard stuff. But
mm,
the hard stuff is now regulated. The unregulated industry got to do with the mind game. You know,
mm,
we evolving and architects that create institutions and systems of ways of telling people, populations how to behave. They know just a little bit more about human nature than us. And when I say us, I mean the typical person that's doing the 9 to 5. They know us a little bit better than we know us. And
yeah.
ignorance and freedom can't coexist. Knowledge is power. So if I know you better than you know you, checkmate, checkmate. And I don't mean that in a negative way because it's not like no
Nah.
one's being forced. There's one thing. So physical enslavement is one thing, but psychological enslavement, I allow that on myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
You
allow
didn't let
that.
them dupe you.
Hmm?
I say you didn't let them dupe you. You didn't
Oh
let them
yeah.
niggas dupe you.
Oh
They
yeah.
swept you up in that system now.
I want to be bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? I want to be led astray.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it, man. And we feel it because we got to pay bills and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So that time crunch and being on other people's clock that can write that check so we can continue existing. For many of us, that rat race, it's designed that way for a reason. It's designed to be highly compelling. So you think that you actually choosing, you know?
Mm,
But if all I have is these options, then am I really choosing or you directing my choice? And if you directing my choice, then can you really say it's a choice at all? It is a choice. There's a
mm.
choice.
It's a choice. Yeah. Yeah. Yay.
Yee, you know what I'm saying? The spontaneous, man. But the choices, when it comes down to the choices, there's horizontal choices that most of us make, which are the choices that are presented to us. But then there's vertical or unilateral choices that are available to us, but we just few of us actually choose that. And so the
Mm,
horizontal choices represent us choosing to participate in the system or whatever's presented to us. The unilateral or vertical choices are the ones where we decide not to participate in the matrix,
mm,
at least not in the way that they want us to, or the way that it was designed to mold and condition human minds into saying that this is it, this is what I get, you
mm.
know. But
Yeah.
that takes some reflection. And if you're too busy trying to make it to the next day, and they beat you up so bad at that job that you come home and you're too tired to pick up a book and learn something different than what you already know, then you continue driving yourself insane, doing the same old thing, hoping and wishing for different results.
Man, ain't no excuses, man, because we all got the same 24 hours. And then if you got an 8 hour work day, you're gonna be up another 8 hours. So you got 16 hours right there. Let's assume you're actually getting quality sleep, 8 hours a night, 8, 9 hours a night. You either got, you got 15 or 16 hours where, again, 8 hours you working. So another eight, you could choose, you can make the choice to spend that time wisely and make those investments into yourself that are going to offer you the residuals later on down the line. And I think
Do I
that,
know?
hmm, do I know? Yeah, that's another part to it. That's
You
another part
know,
to
like because if I don't have faith that my car is going to work,
it.
I'm not going to jump in that bad boy and try to start it. But some of us operate on hope. And so when there's little faith there, they pull from the reservoir of hope and say, I sure hope this bad boy start when I get in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So knowing that there is a small chance that it could start up represents faith the size of a mustard seed. We get in
Yeah.
that bad boy hoping. And we found out that sometimes that hope is proving itself to be true.
It's funny you mentioned the car. The car, man. I had a whole episode actually outside of your crib. I don't know if you
Mhm.
remember that, but it was one morning I was about to be going to work, man, and I went to get in my car. I'm thinking like, man, the battery must be dead. I tried to start it up. It didn't even make a noise. But then I pressed it again, and it acted like it was gonna start up, but then it killed. I'm like, oh man, like wait, like so you mean to tell me that this is what's going on this morning? This is what's going on this morning, right? So I had that faith, Harry, and I had that hope as well because I did the unthinkable,
What you did?
which is I continued to press that button. And it wasn't the first try, it wasn't the second try. Harry, it wasn't the 10th. It
Mm.
wasn't even the 20th. I,
Ooh-wee.
I really needed to get to work.
Oh
And
yeah, there was a sense of
20 and
desperation there.
30,
Yeah.
in between 20 and 30, that bad boy cut on. Now that I couldn't believe. I had the hope and the faith now. But that yeah, man. Yeah, I kept pressing the button and and I was getting along like that for about 5, 6 months after. 5, 6
Mm. Mm.
pressing that button.
Pushing that button. Now check that out. You got to have first off, there's a sense of urgency there. Secondly, you got to be in a space of pure faith and persistence in order to stay there. Not one, not two, not three, not four. not 10, not 12, not 15, 20 plus times of pushing that button. And then that bad boy start up. And then all the muscles in your buttocks start to relax because you know you had the tight butts the whole time. Them
Exactly.
cheeks was clenched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that take perseverance. Again, the race not given to the swift, but to those that choose to endure it. You know, and
Man.
that's patience. What you about to say?
No, I'm listening. I mean, like that's spot on. That's spot on. I mean, that there were a few moments where, I wanted to give up. As a matter of fact, I think after the second or third time I tried, I actually did kind of think, man, I'm gonna have to get my car towed. I'm already thinking ahead, like what's the next move I need to make. But for whatever reason, and really the reason was, like you said, that urgency. I needed to get to work, and I did not want to take all of those other steps. I'm like, there's another way around this. Which, hey, let me just keep pressing this button. Let me just try. Right, I gotta at least try. And hey, man,
Mm-hmm.
the race
Mm-hmm.
to the swift. Huh?
Hey,
It definitely took some endurance because I don't even know why I pressed it that many times, but I couldn't stay right there, right? I didn't want to stay stagnant, and I didn't want to have to do all of that other stuff. That's what we do in life. That's what we do in life a lot of times, man. Is
mm-hmm.
because we're impatient, because we're not enduring, we try to take shortcuts, and we oftentimes we find out that it doesn't work out like that. It doesn't work out like that.
Ain't no shortcuts. Either you do a push up or you don't do a push up. You know, either you're intentional or you're not intentional. Which is it? And then the intentionality reflects relationship. You ain't intentional, you ain't got no relationship. You can wish all you want, but until intention comes behind that faith, until you match that intention with that faith, or your faith is exhibited through your intentionality, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You're gonna sit
Mm-hmm.
right there and just think about things.
So I was having a conscious conversation, right,
Oh, not a conscious one.
with one of my cousins today, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as we were talking, he brought up a situation where he was just recently in a room with folks, and the guy was talking about, you know if you're meant to do something big in your life, it's going to happen. Like, no matter what happens, that is going to happen, right? So then it's like, what is the direct message in that? Like, if you're supposed to do something big, you're going to do it. So like, don't worry. Like, is what do you think about that concept? If you're supposed to do something big in your life, you're going to do it. It's going to happen for you. Is that just positive thinking? Is it wishful thinking? Is it the combination of? I mean, it could be all of those things, but how true is that? Do you think that's true for majority of people?
I think it's true for all of us because
Okay.
potential through intentionality gets converted into kinetic energy. Now you're moving. You got
Hmm.
a potential, so you got a potentiality, but it doesn't become an actuality until you introduce some intentionality.
Mm, come on, come on.
So until that intentionality, it just remains a potentiality, never
Mm.
an actuality. And the more intentional you become about that potential, and as it converts into actuality, eventually it becomes an inevitability.
Ooh, ooh.
Don't let that actuality turn into transfer and transmute into inevitability. At
Yeah.
that point, ain't no stopping you. It's motivational on autopilot.
Hmm.
That's it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I like
yes,
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree that a baby bird will turn into an adult bird. Like that's the progression. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain progression, natural progression that happens. But at some point, person being an adult and given the greatest opportunity to uh, for spiritual evolution. Other animals, other members of the animal kingdom, they don't have that choice. You know, a cat is always going to be a cat. That's just where it's at. You know, a dog
A
always going to be
cat,
a dog.
knows where it's at. Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? An aristocrat is always going to be an aristocrat. But for us humans, we can choose to start out at our baseline and live our entire life at our baseline. But we also have the potential to self actualize. Who that is?
Well, give me this gum, boy. Go finish cereal. Go finish eating cereal. Dad, I finished. All right,
Who did it? Now, what else?
go ahead. I'm gonna come out there in a second.
Mm.
I'm trying to steal my gum. Come on, man. Come on, man. Man, speaking of, man, that was my cousin that I was talking about. I had this conversation with. That's who gave me the gum too. I
Mm.
forgot to ask him if he was trying to tell me something, like, or he was just offering it up. Just a little.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey,
what's it go,
check that
man?
intention. You
Yeah.
gotta check that intention. You know what I'm
Either way,
saying?
I
What?
put good intentions. Offer somebody.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, I
hey.
hope so. Let's hope so. Now some Altoids. I
Oh.
definitely gotta ask some questions. You offer me an Altoid. Hold on now. Them things is curiously strong. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's potential. It's a possibility. You know, well, stronger than a possibility. It has strong potential. If some intentionality is married to that thing for it to be that. It's an inevitability if a intentionality is introduced. But without intentionality, it just remains potential.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I don't know about your experience in school growing up. I know people said a lot of good things. Like I know you were, top of the line student. Make a lot of A's and whatnot, and whatever you want, make an A, and you were able to do that. And for the most part, I see that in T, and I see that in Thea as well. Like everybody pretty much, did they thing. What I heard from a lot of my teachers, though, and I don't know if that's because I clowned around so much in class or what, but it was like every parent teacher conference, they would always talk about how Henri has a lot of potential.
Mm.
A lot of potential. They would say whatever they say, but that was the common theme. But I'm gonna tell you
Mm.
right now, never did I ever feel like somebody else was writing my story for me. They said that, but I get why they said it. I get why they said it because I didn't put out all that I didn't do all that I could do. You know, but and maybe I'm at fault for that. I don't know. I'm gonna have that conversation with my creator. I'm gonna have to have that conversation.
It
And
just
try to
is or
answers.
was.
You know, but what you said, it just is or was.
It just is or was at that time. Ain't no rhyme or reason. It just was what it was. You were being who
I
you been.
I never felt like I needed to really show anybody something that I'm sure about, something that I know about myself. I don't need to show that to anybody. Now there were moments where I told myself I need to show up right now. I got to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
like I was just watching. I don't want nobody to get it confused. Like there's a reason they said I had potential because they seen what was there, but I never showed them everything. You
Oh,
know,
hey,
I
fourth
kept.
fourth and inches you showed up.
Mhm.
Fourth and inches you showed up. You know what I'm saying? First down to third down. You there. You playing the game. But fourth and inches, I want this cat in there. Fourth and inches, I want him in. Oh, he went to the locker room. Time out. Go put him out the locker room. We need him there for fourth and inches.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, crunch time, you did what you needed to do. A lot of people don't even show up for fourth and inches. You know what I'm saying? They're like
Mm.
fourth and inches. Take me out the game, coach. Put in Henri.
Look,
You don't want to depend. You don't want to put this play on me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. A lot of people crack. They don't have that belief, man. You know, they don't have that faith. So if they don't have faith, if faith is not present, there is no intentionality. to be married to that faith, and then that synergistic explosion of creativity through activity and intentionality doesn't
Mm,
occur. And so then it never becomes an actuality. You know,
mm,
the saying, feed your faith and your doubt will starve to death, you know. Yeah, they were real low on them faith levels, you know. And
yeah,
so what's there to work for if I don't believe I can get it anyway? Shoot,
man.
you know. That's all I'm
Give up.
saying.
Let's even, give up before you even could see what can actualize. If you put in a little extra, you know.
Just a little bit. And then what they say, the journey of a thousand steps the journey of a thousand miles, excuse me, begins with a single step. You know?
Facts, facts.
What you was about to say?
I was about to say something. I lost it just that quick because I was. What was I about to say?
It be happening like that, man. It happens like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, nah. Well, I'm okay. There it is. There it is. I was
It
going
is.
to say because I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about intentionality reflects relationship, and it brought me to itself just like that because that was a moment right there. I was about to say I'm being intentional about listening to you, which is why I lost my thought. That's why I went poof. I'm like, as soon as you started talking, I'm like, all right, bet whatever that was, that's going. I'm here with it. But that's what I wanted to talk about actually was we need to get that put on a shirt. That needs
What's
to be
that?
put. Intentionality reflects relationship. That needs to be on a shirt.
That needs to be.
That needs to be on a shirt.
Somebody has to be intentional about putting intentionality reflects relationship on the shirt. On somebody's shirt, intentionality reflects. You know what? Let me put that down as a banner. Let me put that down as a banner right there. Intentionality reflects relationship. Putting that in bold letters.
I should have let him take this gum because now I've been chewing on the gum. I don't think this is it's too
Hey,
good for the.
spit it out, man. Yeah, you done. You didn't had that experience. You done with that experience. Go ahead and spit that out.
Oh, to it. Let's go
Here you
on.
go. It had to go. Bam.
Intentionality reflects relationship. Man, that's super
Intentionality.
deep, man. When did that like hit you? Like when did that, you
When
know?
that
'Cause-
inspiration started to seep in now, sure, I have no
yeah,
idea, man. All I know is
yeah.
when it hit. And when it hit, it stuck. And when it stuck, it sat long enough to start growing some roots. And now it's a
Mm,
whole tree. So now I'm
mm.
just sitting in the shade.
Man, intentionality though, it's one of those words, man. I feel like it's been taken. I want to say the world by storm, but I really don't know how much of the world is actually, just into like, oh, we need to be intentional. But I know at a certain point, it's like, there was a paradigm shift, and I did see a lot of people just start to gravitate towards, hey, we need to be more intentional, And honestly, I think that came through everybody wanting to start meditating more and things of that nature. Because it's like, yo, you bring in the meditation, that level of concentration, you're going to quickly understand that intentionality is everything, man. Like you have to be intentional, and that's what creates the abundance of opportunities around us, or at least increases our awareness to where we can see them. Because just because we don't know an opportunity is there doesn't mean that it's not there. It's just that our awareness, right, it hasn't expanded to be able to catch that, to be able to catch that nugget, to be able to catch that window.
Yo, where there's no vision, the people perish. You know what I'm saying? And so the QB vision that people be having be buku narrow. You know, that thing be buku thin. You know what I'm saying? That thing be anemic, the vision that they have, you know? But when you move from eye level to sky level, now you're moving from the snapshot view of things, the snapshot view of things, to the panoramic view of things. And when you move that from that snapshot to that panoramic view, now your QB vision widens up. You get to see way more opportunities that are available to you and potentialities out of these opportunities, because you don't have to accept what's there. If you begin to see what's not there and then intentionally respond to what's not there as though it was already there, giving thanks for it in advance, then that
Mm,
potentiality that you now see that is not presently your reality eventually catches up to the choice that you made. Intentionality reflects relationship.
mm, mm.
Mm-hmm.
So man, you just tapping in like that, bro? Or are
You
you
know,
reading?
hey,
You show this unscripted?
hey, this
Because
is completely unscripted,
at
man.
this
This
point,
is
you starting to seem like one of them rappers that be like, "Yo, I wrote this," but you can clearly
the
hear. No, no, no. What I lie. What they say I'm freestyling it, but you can clearly see like they wrote it.
partner in the
Like
background saying the lyrics, but you don't let it talking about they
yo,
freestyling. You know what I'm saying? How
like
does this cat saying the lyrics as you freestyling? What's going on?
ain't no way you read this mind and y'all let's think like that. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but the likelihood of that, nah, man. You need to
No.
stop.
If telepathy was going to happen, some breakthrough in telepathic communication, it would not be with you duo. It would not be with y'all two gentlemen. No, it would not be. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nah, man. That's why I say I just want to have this conversation, man, because it's gonna be whatever's gonna be. Kaleidoscope conversations, man. I ain't want to think about nothing. I wanted to be unscripted. That's why I hit the record button for even talking about what we was gonna talk about. I just wanted it to flow the way it was gonna flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, man. I know you. I know you flowing, and really, I know that that's a natural state of being. You know, I know that's a natural state of being for you. Um, so real quick, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of itties out there, and I was
Okay.
thinking about
Okay.
personality, and the reason why I have that title under my name, creativity is the soul of my personality. I actually came up with that when I was 13 years old. 13 years old, because I had to put in a password for something, and the initials of that is like part of the password that I used to put in and kind of make a name. CITSOMP, sitcom, which is what I think a sitcom when I think sitcom, and it's a game I'm trying to think of. Capcom was whatever it's called, but yeah, sitcom. Creativity is the soul of my personality.
Oh, okay.
Which is about to say,
I was trying to understand that phrase. I went straight. I don't know where I went at. I
what
don't
does
know. I
it where
just
does it take you? What does it take
huh?
you? I said
No, I
what
was
does
trying to understand what you were saying. I didn't understand nothing you were saying at first. When you were saying it like that, I was wait a
yeah.
second. I know it's gonna
Yeah,
catch up to
no,
me.
that's yeah, because I started off talking crazy. I said itties and then person. Yeah, no. So creativity is
Mm-hmm.
is the soul of my personality. I always felt like I was creative being. Like nobody had to come. Oh, we need to be creative. Like feel like like that's the essence of life, right? And I say it's the soul of my personality because I used to think of so much stuff like on the spot, but it would be in moments where I feel like I'm so in tune with life. And honestly, as I've matured, I've semi gotten away from that because I've, like we were talking about schedules earlier, man. I've it's been so much activity going on in life. And we're going to free flow with certain things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna allow life to take its course. We're gonna do different things, but you gotta be creative throughout the whole throughout the whole shebang. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to see your life, change drastically, if you want to see some amazing stuff happen in your life, you gotta be creative, you know.
You got to be plugged in. That's what it is. You got to be plugged in. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? You're not getting that lamp ain't turning on if you ain't plugged in. You got to be plugged in. You
yeah,
know, when you
yeah.
plugged in, then you can move into your creativity. But if you ain't plugged into that life source,
Mm,
I mean, you'll be sitting there, but you ain't gonna
mm,
be doing your purpose.
yeah, yeah.
You gotta let that light shine. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be plugged in. You know, And sometimes you got to unplug in order to plug in because we plugged into the wrong thing. So first we got to unplug and then plugged in. That's another part of the whole
It's a
psychological
balance.
game is that, I got you plugged into where I want you plugged into. So now not only do I got to plug into my life source, I got to unplug from where you got me plugged at. And I got to realize that you got me plugged first and then unplug from that thing and then plug into what is actually aligned for me and gives me life. And
Mm.
then creativity is just birthed from that. In that space is creativity because you with your creator, you know what I'm saying? Scanning all of the possibilities and the potentialities that can become an inevitability if you are embracing intentionality, but you got to be plugged in.
We. Come on,
Yeah.
man. This was
Yeah.
some emojis supposed to drop from the sky, bombs. Yeah, I mean, firecrackers. Boom. Oh, look, hit a golden nugget. Boom. Right on the
Bam.
platform. Pow. Come on.
Bam.
Yeah, yeah. Come
Bam.
on,
Yeah.
knock, man, nasty, man. Come on. Man, knock, knock. Who's there? Knock.
Mm-mm. Come on, let me in. Let me in. You hear me? Let me in. That's all I'm asking. Let me in.
Oh, man. Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
It's it's simple truths, but we make it harder than what it needs to be.
Mm,
It's simple truths, but that delayed gratification, man. Yee. And we keep on getting tempted with that instant gratification, that
mm,
delayed gratification, that delayed reward. You know, like there's a reward available to us at all times, which is the present moment. But notwithstanding that, we see something and then we lose our path on the whole doing part. And we losing our path on the doing part because if we not tap into our star player, then we assume doing we confuse having and us doing with us having something as opposed to us excuse me, as opposed to us being something.
mm,
So the mind is set up to believe that if it has something, that it can be satiated. But it's not about the having. It's about the experience. It's about the doing and experiencing, all the while being. But who are you being while you're experiencing? Because if you're not being present, then you don't even see what's going on. That's step one. So you got to be present. That's always available for us. But it still requires intentionality or surrendering in order for that process to happen. And then from that place, you recalibrate yourself because life doesn't give you what you want, but who you are. And so, based off of that recalibration, you unplug from the nonsense and then you plug back in to the thing that sounds like music from you. You unplug from the noise and plug back into the music, you know,
mm,
that
mm,
life force, you know. And then through being, then you can do based off of the being because happiness is not a destination to be reached, it's the way we travel. It's when we say, think, and do are in harmony. And so when we combine the being with the doing, now we're moving in a values-based way. When you connect your daily mission to values-based intentionality or values-based rooted intentions, now you're moving in purpose and passion. But
mm.
without that, we just moving.
Wow. 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 Come on, knock.
Yeah, cut
Come
it
on,
out.
knock, man. Yo.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
That's
said,
right.
man, I'm in that flow right now. I just
Yeah. I could see because I'm just stunned. I'm just befuddled. Me. I'm just listening.
befuddled, bewildered.
I'm tapping in. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, no, me too, man. But I'm sitting with all this,
Mm,
and I'm like, it'll probably be nice for people to know why we have like for people that's plugged into my channel, like, how do I talk on a regular? What is my conversation like on a regular? Like, you know, people putting a lot of content out there, and a lot of people. Not that it matters. It's always been. It's always going to be. It seems like
mm,
people play roles instead of moving in purpose. There's a
mm,
difference between a person who plays a role versus a person who moves in passion and purpose, doing what's prudent first, because you already know passion can't exceed, it must always yield to prudence. So your passion can't proceed before your prudence. You got to be prudent in that passion. But oftentimes people don't move in passion or prudence. They just move. And when you're not moving in purpose, you're not truly living. You're not really experiencing. And so you're not truly living. You're just merely existing. You
Mm.
know, life is to be lived, not just merely be a passive participant in. Is meant to live.
So what are the things that we could do? I mean, what steps do you take, um, you know, to live in that space? I mean, what does it take to actually live? Well, how you doing? Hey, my wife just slid in. You won't say hey?
Okay.
Okay, she said no. She
She
said
said,
no.
"No, you don't be on this
Act a
live
little
stream.
shy.
Come on,
Act
T.
a little shy.
Don't be shy, T. You're on this live stream." But
Yep, yep. Say hey.
there. Come on now. You on live? You on live now? Yeah, you on
Oh.
live. Go ahead on, T. What's up?
Yes,
There go
indeed.
Tay. Tay Turner now. Tay Turner.
Oh yeah.
The brother then got married.
818, that's the date, you know.
What day that is?
818-23.
81823. Mm. That better not be no code to nothing. I'm letting you know because you got hackers going into your system right now as we speak.
Man, hey, I can tell you right now, they ain't gonna get it. Hey, you gonna have to really think outside of the box. You gonna have to think outside of the nation, really. Like this,
But
nah.
did you say 818? August 18th?
1000%. That is what I said.
Mm.
Just called it. See, you just called it there.
I did. That is a number there. That is a number there.
That is a number.
Yes, it is. It is quite the interesting number. Popped up quite frequently for me. Lately, it's been 108. The number 108 has been popping up for
Still
me.
slapping me in the face too. You ain't gotta worry about that. Huh?
Which one?
What's that? What's that? Oh, okay. Okay.
But what number popped up for you?
No, I'm saying 108 is certainly one of the. Yo, you were talking about 108. I slid down the screen of my phone and showed you. Like, as a matter of fact, and it was up there a few times. And like I said, I'm not going to look nothing up until it has to slap me in the face. It does, because I'm not. Oh, I see this, I see that. I'm not with all that. It literally
Mm-mm.
got to be like, okay, this one you've been following me for days now. Let me see what's going on. Let me check on this. So yeah,
Yeah.
108 is one of them for sure.
Yeah. No, that synchronicity got to be persistent and consistent. Yeah.
Just recently, 84. I mean, well, I said just recently. It really all this year that been on the forefront as well. But today, I want to say today I went to GNC, got some health products. You know,
Mm-hmm.
84 points. And when I looked on on the app, and I was looking to see where T and them was at, they traveling back to Georgia. I saw they were going 84 miles per hour, like right
Come
on.
on.
It was nothing else. It was right on spot. I'm like,
Come on
okay,
now.
okay, 84, and that's 12. That's
Mm-hmm.
12. That's it's my day.
Mm-hmm.
Big numbers. It's big
I
numbers,
don't
man.
look. Yeah, them numbers. I know for people out there that's paying attention, them numbers hitting them too. That's what it is. The numbers hitting them too. Anybody who numbers hitting, they just know they knew the dialogue we just had. They understand
They,
this portion of the dialogue
yeah, yeah.
because the
Because I
numbers
just
hit. You know what
realized
I'm
we
saying?
did just stop and start talking about the numbers without even really saying too much. But yo, numbers
Hey,
slap.
kaleidoscope conversations. You dig? Kaleidoscope conversations. Yeah, no, them
Yeah.
numbers when they slap me in the face like that, you got to look at it. And then that 108 had been slapping me, and so I had to check that out. And it was talking about continuing to move with in alignment with whatever spiritual endeavor I'm contemplating
Mhm.
to continue to move in that space. And it made some pretty bold predictions there. No, excuse me. Predictions is what we make, but it made some pretty bold declarations there.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna let you know how those manifest. But it also influenced this dialogue. So I'm grateful for it, because it's step by step. You don't really need to get involved in the how. You know, you're just, it's like you start off with like what? What is leading you? Now we're getting back to beingness. Am I consumed with having? Because they teach you and they put all these images out there to get you to chasing after this having, thinking that if you have something that you are being something, confusing having with being, that's an illusion.
Mm,
It is, what is it? Pyrite, I think it's called. It's fool's gold. It is
mm,
merely an illusion. But when you be, and then you do from that being, the having is automatic.
mm,
It's an automatic consequence of doing from the place of beingness. So I don't have to fret about it. You know what I'm saying? I order a pizza. Like, there's a million reasons why a pizza delivery person would not make it to the house. One of them being is that traffic is one of the main uh, reasons. Traffic accidents, one of the main reasons for human deaths. So there's exponential risk involved with delivering a pizza. But when I place that order, because I have faith that that pizza gonna get to me, I don't even think about all them hazards. I don't need
mm,
to know how. I don't need to know what route. All I know is that I was intentional about picking up that phone, putting in my order, paying that price. And it's only a matter of time, which time itself is an illusion, but it's only a matter of time before the order I placed and the money I paid for that order that I placed will eventually manifest in some person wearing a delivery outfit with my pizza. I don't fret about it. It just is. Same thing with the vision. We place in our order, we see that vision. We pay the price. Intentionality reflects the relationship with that vision. Wherever attention goes, energy flows, and everything is energy. So we continue to be intentional about our vision through paying the price daily. And then
mm.
eventually it has no choice but to manifest in some form or fashion, even if there was an accident, even if they had to take a detour, even if the order had to be canceled and then reordered again, eventually the order was going to make its way right there on my doorstep because I done made that choice. I was intentional about it. Intentionality reflects relationship. Just like water molecules in the atmosphere, when it becomes dense enough, they have no choice but to cascade towards the ground. And so attention, wherever attention goes, energy flows. And we are only intentional and give attention to those things that we believe we can actually have a relationship with.
Yeah.
And so the more we pour into the water molecules of, again, potentiality, though it may not have been manifested in physicality, eventually the more energy you pour into it through your intentionality, it becomes dense enough in the quantum realm of potentiality that it has no choice but to cascade into physicality via an actuality. It is
Mm,
inevitable. It is an inevitability.
mm. Inevitability. No,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's. Mm,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, come
Yeah.
on.
But man, I think we gave the people. Huh?
Oh no, I
What you
was
about to
just
say?
laughing at you. Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
just laughing at you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, man, I think we gave the people enough for today, man. I think, I just want to get on here and spit for just a little while. Where
Unscripted.
please, I'm about trap as we about to get up out of here. But man, it go hard. I don't know what is about that. And he about to
I'm
drop it. He
telling
about to drop it.
you, as soon as we're done with this, I'm gonna walk on hot coals.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey man, that little beat there. I don't know what the inspiration was, And then for your boy to come in, hold on, I think he's about to come in now. There you go.
I need to get with like a famous engineer. I got so many beats in my head, but if I could get somebody to help me like put that on, man, I'll make so many. Oh man, I'll make so many beats.
Yeah. Well, young Reezy, as we conclude Kaleidoscope conversation, a family gathering on diverse topics, number one, is there anything you wanted to say to the people before we concluded this
Hey man, well,
amazing interaction?
man, hey, listen, it's definitely always amazing. It's always a pleasure. I appreciate you, brethren, for giving me the opportunity to be on the platform with you, you know, to speak to the people. Hey, stay in there, y'all. Stay faithful and stay focused, so your future can be fruitful. Okay, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Give time, which Broski said earlier, time is an illusion. So let's not even worry about the time. Just keep, putting in the necessary energy and the necessary effort and doing the net being, right? Continue to be the best that you possibly can be. And, pray you get that life has to offer you.
There we go. Hey, you
Salute.
said it, man. Continue to be. And then continue to do based off of that being. Don't worry about the having. The having is going to happen on its own. It's on the equal sign of that equation of you being and then doing from that place of beingness.
You do
So you
have.
got to unplug before you replug. You got to unlearn before you relearn. Intentionality reflects relationship. Just know what it is. All right. And that's what it's going to be. All right.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah, look, man. I'm out, man. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out in this thing, man. I'm done playing around, man. Done. Just straight up. Hey, mad love and respect my people. Oh, I cannot forget this right here. You already know. You already know what it is. Eh. Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. We out.